was sitting alone watching this show as my nanny, assisted by you, had an exorcism and was stabbing herself in the vagina with a cross that was spewing blood. And I was like, oh my God, this is like the first time I've seen a vet in anything, the first time I've seen Tom Sainsbury in anything. And then the comedian Alice Snedden turned around and looked at me and she goes, that's your nanny. She looks after your child. Very exciting. If you have not seen the trailer for this series, and you need to go to the show notes after you've listened to this interview and watch it, because it is going to be such a great show. It is called Small Town Scandal, coming to Neon and Sky Comedy on February the 9th. And the creator and the star and the brilliant Tom Sainsbury joins us right now. Tom, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh, of course. Any opportunity to talk to you is always wonderful. And I have to ask you, because Small Town Scandal, it's inspired by your true crime like parody podcast that you did.
That's right.
Have you decided to go back to TV because podcasting is real hard? Because I found podcasting very hard.
What is it? It's a completely different kind of thing, but I love podcasting so much. What I think is amazing is that podcasting obviously wasn't around when we were children. Who would have thought when we were like 10 going, one day we're going to be telling these yarns on a microphone to listeners? I think it's just so bonkers. Have I gone back to TV? I think that kind of the opportunity kind of came along, but I still have so much love for podcasting, including your podcast, Sharyn.
Oh, don't lie. Don't even lie to me.
100%, 100%. I listened to your one with Steph about the Taylor Swift because I was like, what is the Taylor Swift series? And I got a real vote of confidence for it from you.
Did you?
I
Okay.
did.
What is your vibe on Taylor Swift? Because sometimes I feel like she's doing too much, and then I watch that documentary and I'm like, wow, she seems so normal, but I feel like she's probably a bit spicy brained like I am.
I like her. I'm a fan of her. I like some of her songs. What is my read on her? I think to be that successful, you have to be spicy and you have to be a little bit. You can't. I don't. And it's so curated. Her series is so kind of curated. I'm like, no, there's got to be something else crazy going on. But I am a fan.
Oh, oh my God, me too. There's so many things that I still want to know. And I'm like, she's given us everything apart from like just putting cameras in her house. And I'm like, why can't you do that?
Yes.
Just put some cameras in your house. I want to see
Come
it.
on.
So, talking about this new series, you've got Morgana O'Reilly on the show, which I love Morgana O'Reilly. And I know that everybody says that because they saw her on White Lotus, but I am OG. I was a huge fan of her when she was Naomi on Neighbours, and her cousin worked at my work, and I would like try and ask her questions about her all the time. What was it like working with her on Small Town Scandal?
I love the Naomi reference. I think it's great. I think that could be some of her best work, honestly. Like, what
It
a
is.
character.
She was like literally one of the first, if not the first, comedic character on Neighbours, and she was so good. She was just amazing. I
And
loved it.
she was so good in White Lotus and stuff, but she hasn't like that was a little taste for the world to understand her. But she's got just so much. She's just so much more wacky than that. To work with Morgana seriously was erratic in the best way. Like sometimes you're like, I don't know what she's going to be bringing to this thing. And I did give her, I was like, just go for it, Morgana. The lines are just a guide. Like some of the lines she came up with. And there's one scene. So Morgana in the show essentially plays the femme fatale type character. And so she's got like a past that you're trying to find out. She's a bit secretive and stuff like that. But she's also seduces the main character, Tom Sainsbury. And
Mm.
so we've got one
Oh.
scene in the car that was in the height of summer, us going crazy, sweating up a storm, and her seducing me, and I will never forget it.
What was the most memorable part of it?
She decided to kind of, I guess her character's seduction technique was involved a lot of kind of gentle slap, well, not so gentle slapping of thighs, grabbing of faces, full consent, and I loved it, of course.
Oh my God. I love that. That is so good. Well, because I remember the first time I ever saw you perform, and I'm pretty sure I've told you this story before, but the first time I ever saw you perform, my nanny at the time, Yvette Parsons, who people may know from Shortland Street and a bunch of other amazing things like Brokenwood Mysteries and things like that. And she said to me, "Hey, you should come to my show. I'm doing a show with Tom Sainsbury." And I was like, "Oh my God, I love him. I would love to do that." So I go to the show, and my friend ends up getting like gastro. So I come by myself, and I'm sitting there by myself, and Yvette comes out. She's starring with you, and it's kind of like a comedy version of The Exorcist. And I was sitting alone watching this show as my nanny, assisted by you, had an exorcism and was stabbing herself in the vagina with a cross that was spewing blood. And I was like, oh my God, this is like the first time I've seen Yvette in anything, the first time I've seen Tom Sainsbury in anything. And then the comedian Alice Snedden turned around and looked at me and she goes, "That's your nanny. She looks after your child."
Outrageous, isn't it? And that is the amazing thing about Yvette, your nanny, is that she would just go there all the time. So
Well,
funny.
because
And
what that what was
yeah,
interesting.
we had the swiveling beard, like we had the whole. I mean, it was all. I want to just say it was the shittest, like not like we wanted it to be fun and stuff like that, but it was so shit. The whole thing was so shit. Like we were trying to replicate The Exorcist, so we had swiveling heads as much as you can do on a $100 budget.
Yeah. Oh my God. It was so great. But it was a real insight, like having a working actor in our house every day because I didn't realize, I thought that she was just singing the arithmetic song, the 1 + 1 is 2. I thought she was just singing that to teach my child how to act. And then I went and saw the show that you guys were in, and she was actually rehearsing for her exorcist role. So
Thank you so
great.
much. Thank you so much for understanding all of that about Yvette, and also that she was playing a demon possessed person, and still continuing to employ her.
I know. And then her next role was she was full nude on Shortland Street. It was
Yeah.
hilarious. But do you find yourself similar to like what Vetty is like, where you will be practicing your acting to like really lock it in an everyday situation? Or is that like a unique preparation thing that she does?
I think it's pretty unique to her, but also the role she gets tends to be a bit kind of weird. But what I kind of do is I kind of play. People would see me walking down the, and people have commented to me. They see me walking down the street, kind of talking to myself, acting out a little bit, and all that, like a whole monologue going in my brain. The whole scene I'm kind of acting out. So you kind of they do it all kind of blurs, and you kind of live with it and all that kind of stuff. Absolutely.
'Cause I also like one of the big things. I feel like you and Chris Parker are like the bosses of the millennials, where like millennials are eating out of the palm of your hand. Like the videos that I will get in my family group chat from like my sisters and my mum is always either you or Chris. And when I watch these, because one time I watched one of Chris Parker's videos and he was talking about those people that always go, "Yeah, you've got ADHD. Oh, no, I reckon you might be ADHD." And I said to the next day, I was like, "Bitch, was that about me?" And he could not deny that it had inspired him because I'd recently been diagnosed and then I started diagnosing everyone. So, like with your videos, have you ever had, or how often do you get people hitting you up being like, "Excuse me, Tom, is this about me?"
Pretty often, like, and sometimes you can't even remember. Like, I've had friends share stories with me, and then it's just kind of gone into the soup of my brain, and then I've acted it out for a screen and put it out for the world to see. That's definitely happened. And some pretty kind of like dramatic things, but also like my relationship, because I just did a video where it was two people. I was playing both people, and one was getting frustrated with the other that they didn't get the reference that they were talking about, and that was a direct conversation me and my boyfriend had, where I was just going to be like, "You know who I'm talking about? He used to live beside us. He used to this kind of thing." So
Oh.
it just all feeds into it. But it's the same with like radio DJs, and you just kind of it all just kind of feeds into it, doesn't it? Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I was pretty sure when I did radio that everybody thought I was in like some near divorce miserable marriage because I just like always tell the stupidest stories of these arguments and add some text to them as well. But it's just so funny. But have you ever had a video that you were worried has gone too far and you might actually get yourself in trouble?
I have. I've kind of done things. It's more the world events when like a big tragedy happens, and then my stupid video kind of pops up. Making fun of human behavior, and it's like we've just seen the worst of human behavior in our doom scrolling, And
Oh my
sometimes with
God.
that, like it's now like I'm like comedy should live all the time and alleviate things, but I'm like it's just not worth the fight sometimes. So I'll take that video down, wait a day or two, and then kind of put it back into the world. So I think it's rather than kind of offending someone specifically, it's just about reading the room and what the current discourse is and what's kind of happening, and just not kind of trigger anything. That's what I'd say would be like, yeah.
Yeah, because I think that's like a really interesting. We were having that conversation before this interview. Was like at the moment our like positioning on the podcast, the whole ethos of it is that it's just
Mm.
like good vibes and
Yes.
it's not that deep and like it's your escape from the shit show. But then
Yes.
you see all the Epstein file stuff, which is very
Yeah.
pop culture, and it's like. Do we
Yes.
cover that because it's not very positive and we want to escape having to hear about it every 5 seconds? But then
Yeah.
it's so hard to read that room sometimes, eh?
It is. And then I saw commentary about the Beckhams, and they're like, it's so good to have some pop culture drama that doesn't affect us, like, or something that's
Yeah.
happening in their life that doesn't affect us, and that we can just dine out on it, and no one's really getting hurt because everyone's kind of spoiled and all that kind of stuff. And so
Yes.
I think that's human behavior too. Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah,
don't
it's
know
like
what the answer is.
the world was united just like they were when there was the Coldplay cheating scandal once Brooklyn Beckham
Yes.
dropped his stuff. It's so good. I had to ask you something because I was watching one of your videos and my son said to me, he said, Mama, he's so brave because I would be embarrassed. And I was like, oh, I never really kind of thought about that because I don't have much shame either. But do you get embarrassed like when you are doing things like that? Or how do you just like put it to the back of your mind so you don't get nervous?
It's a really good. I think it's like the truthful answer is kind of ignorance about. I'm making this video not really thinking that it's going out into everyone's living rooms on TV. Like that doesn't cross. And often my videos are done first thing in the morning, and I've got the worst, puffiest face, the worst kind of bed, kind of terrible bed here, and everyone loves commenting on it. And also kind of
Yes.
like the pillow thing. But I guess what do I to be honest. It's so weird. So I guess it's the same with you and your listeners. It's such a weird relationship that you're not. It's of course I would have a shower and like calm my face down before I go and meet someone in person, or fashion my hair before I go and meet them in person. But being on someone's phone is essentially far more intimate. You're right up close, and I don't really think about it.
Yeah, it's so crazy. I think that sometimes I'm like, if people could smell me through their phone right now, they would be horrified. But I'm just
Hundred
here to talk
percent.
about the Beckhams. But this new show, Small Town Scandal, I cannot wait for everybody to see it. You are so brilliant. You are so funny. For
Thank you,
people
Shannon.
that haven't been able to watch the trailer yet, which, as I
Yes.
said at the start, is in the show notes right now, how would you describe it if you had to like just tell somebody about it straight off the bat? What is Small Town Scandal?
Well, it's a kind of a murder mystery. So my character Toby is a podcaster, and he is trying to solve the murder. He's trying to reinstate his journalistic career by making a podcast solving the mysterious death of his uncle, who was essentially killed by lawnmowers. But Toby thinks something else is going on, and it's a real kind of look at small town life and the craziness that kind of bubbles underneath, and the kind of the sordidness and the scandalousness that happens in small town New Zealand, with lots of laughs.
Oh my God, yes. Well, I'm from Timaru and Waimate, so I feel the small town vibes. I found it very relatable, apart from like the whole like uncle getting murdered thing. But
Yes.
I can't wait to see it. But thank you also. I think it is important to say, and we kind of touched on it, is you are one of those people in my timeline that just bring so much joy in what seems like a dumpster fire that is the rest of the planet. So thank you so much for all of the like joy that you do bring to the world, because I think that sometimes when we're also busy and like you were off doing TV shows and then you're making videos and you're doing comedy and like all these different things, I think that you need to remember also that you are such a joy bringer. So thank you so much for everything that you do and all the laughter that you bring to people, because it's very important in this time at the moment. You are an absolutely amazing human. So thank you for your time.
Thank you, Sharon. It's so lovely to hear. I really appreciate that.
Oh, you stop it. All right. Well, you have a wonderful day. Everybody
You
go watch
too.
Small Town Scandal. It is out February the 9th on Sky Comedy and Neon. Tom Sainsbury!